Welcome back to Underrated Moments. I'm Lim, the writer, and today's host. Now, before we get going, I wanted to again remind you that we're holding a 10,000 subscriber lightsaber giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Today's question is, can you guess my favorite Star Wars action figure? Don't worry, I'll leave the answer somewhere in this video. The moment you see it, write it in the comments, and we'll enter you in the contest. And remember to subscribe as well. Alright, now on to today's story. When you think of the greatest qualities of a Jedi, what comes to mind? While patience, courage, and compassion certainly rank high, an overlooked trait is cunning. After all, throughout the millennia, Jedi have used deception and cunning quite a lot in order to defeat their enemies, and Yoda is no different. Once, when Yoda was several centuries younger than he was during the Clone Wars, the Grandmaster even deceived a small child, a member of an enemy faction, in order to defeat them. What did he do? And how did he justify it? We'll answer those questions, and more, in today's Underrated Moment. The Republic was facing a new threat, and its commanders weren't altogether sure they could defeat it. It had been nearly 800 years since the final battle of Ruusan and the death of the great Sith armies. The Republic believed that the soldiers of the Dark Order from Korriban had all been destroyed. They could have never fathomed that the Sith persisted under the guidance of Darth Bane's rule of two. But in their ignorance, the Republic and the Jedi who protected it thought that they had started a new golden age of peace. And as the centuries passed, there was hardly any reason to argue with them. But by the year 232 BBY, just over 200 years before the destruction of the first Death Star, a new enemy stirred from the Outer Rim, the Nihil, a group of Ravagers and Marauders. The Nihil invaded planet after planet, taking whatever they wanted in the process. The devastation they left in their wake would leave millions dead. And their horrible plan to cause a starship wreck in the midst of a hyperspace lane was the worst of all. That plot caused the massive transport called the Legacy Run, a Class A modular freighter with room for 9,000 passengers, to fall apart at above light speeds. The ship's destruction caused its fragments to fall out of hyperspace and into planets around the galaxy. The impact of the vessel's debris threatened the lives of billions of sentients, and in the dozens of rescue missions that followed, the Nihil Marauders capitalized on the chaos to expand their power. In one such mission, the Nihil pirates swooped onto the surface of Tremont 4 and took one of the leaders from a mysterious cult known as the Elders of the Path. But that wasn't all they took. A young boy named Crix Cameron was also there, and the Nihil decided to take him as well. But Grandmaster Yoda, in an attempt to bring the boy back to the safety of the planet's surface, secretly boarded the pirate's vessel. He quickly located the child, and using the name of a common friend, tried to lure him back with him. But it didn't work. Crix refused to leave, and Yoda didn't try to argue. Instead, he simply handed over a communication device, a small, mobile holoprojector that young Crix could use to contact his friend, who would accompany Yoda back to the Republic base. But there was something special about this holoprojector, something that would give the Republic a fighting chance in their war against the nomadic Marauders. Inside the device, a transponder emitted its location, and Yoda knew just how to track it. Although the signal didn't travel very far, if the Jedi were able to hone in on it, they could get a fighting chance at tracking down the pirates, and Yoda knew it all along. But when he handed the device to the child, Yoda simply stated that it was meant for him to contact his friend, in the hopes that Crix would have a change of heart and abandon his new pirate captors. In that moment, Yoda grinned at the boy and said, "This holoprojector, take. When you are ready, reach out to your friend with it. give her its responder, I will. He never mentioned that when the opportunity presented itself, he would use their communication to attack the Nihil. Later, when Crix's friend was in the presence of the Jedi Knights at the base, Yoda brought up the topic, pretending as if he had never intended to use the transponder for any ulterior motives. He innocently mentioned that it could be used to track the pirates' whereabouts. Only a short range does the transponder have. Still, for the transponder to give us its location, it would need to send a message once we are closer, Yoda said as he turned to Crix's friend, a young Force sensitive that had recently joined their ranks. Although Yoda claimed that this young girl didn't have to go along with his plan, a plan of sending a message to her friend in order to track his and the pirate's location, it was hardly a sincere gesture. With the entire sector's worth of Jedi Knights staring at her, she could hardly refuse. And so, the simple device that Yoda had planted on Crix when he refused to leave his new home with the Nihil Marauders was used to lure the pirates into revealing their locations. Quite a cunning plan, especially for a Jedi Master who tried to preach noble values to his Padawans. Using subterfuge and deceit on a boy just around the age of 9 seems a little bit out of character for Master Yoda. Thanks for checking out this new story here on Underrated Moments. Don't forget to comment and subscribe for your chance to win a brand new lightsaber. And let me know what you thought of this story. I think it's pretty interesting to see Yoda, obviously with an ulterior motive when he gave this boy the holoprojector. It seems pretty out of character for him. But at the same time, some of these tactics, and I suppose some of the cunning characteristics we see here in this conflict in the High Republic era, are things that would later come into play during the Clone Wars, especially whenever Yoda would try to recruit his friends into joining the conflict. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by again, and I'll catch you next time.